Let's get to the scheduled program. Welcome, hip hop fam. This is the Lost Element brought to you by Hippie, where we hear from the real defenders of the culture. Yo, what's good, LA? It's your boy Kuya. We're back with another episode of the Lost Element on KQBH 101.5 FM. Today, we got a real one in the studio. If y'all been outside, you already seen the name up. Without further ado, how we do it here on this show. What you right, my boy?
What's the deal? We go by the name of Devox. I rep HDS VMB. Yeah.
That's right, man. Before we get into graff and all that, I always like to start off, just let the people know, where you grew up and how you got into graff.
Yes, sir. So, it started, just seeing how the gang tag started, just watching that every day since a little kid, watching the tags, they caught my attention.
Yeah.
Little by little, I started getting, around with the local kids. They started tagging, it just caught more of my attention, what made me want to do it a little more. And, that's how it started.
That's right, man. So, you said you started seeing, the gang graffiti first, the hit-ups.
Yeah.
And
the
then
block letters, all that.
Yeah. From there, you said, you met some kids, right? And, started tagging,
the kids from the block, yeah.
Was there, a specific, writer or, one of your homies that, kind of inspired you to be you know what, let's go get a can, a streaker?
Well, actually, yeah, at that time, it was already for me it was middle school, going from elementary school to middle school, but everybody that I would hang around with, the kids from the blocks, they were a little older than me.
Yeah.
So they were going from middle school to high school, and at that time it was in Linwood,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of crews started getting up at that time. SOD, LPS, FOM, a bunch of crews.
Yeah.
And I started seeing that, and a bunch of my friends were from there.
Yeah.
So I started seeing that. I started watching how they moved, everything, and it caught my attention. Made me want to do it. Just watching all the kids from the block doing it, the people I grew up with.
That's right, man.
Yes, sir.
From there, bro, I want to ask, do you remember that first time you actually put paint to the wall and how that first one came out,
Yeah. So like I said, at first it started just watching the kids do it, but the first time I did it, I used to hang around with a kid in middle school a lot. We found a mean streak. We found a mean streak in lunch area.
Okay.
During lunch, and we dared each other to go write whatever. Yeah, we didn't even have a name back then. We didn't have no crew, nothing.
Yeah.
So we went and we caught it. We caught the side of the building by where the lunches were at, and we had actually got caught.
Oh, dang.
So it was lunchtime. We found it. We went to our last class period. We got out, and instead of heading out to our house, we dared each other to go back to the school and write. The securities were doing their rounds. They caught us, and that was the first time.
Dang, man.
First time ever doing it, got caught up.
Dang.
Yeah.
But stuck to it,
Yeah, it was a little thrill. Yeah, it's like a little high.
Yeah.
And from there, I got caught, but got suspended, came back, and I had that little feeling of trying it again, and it just started catching little tags, yeah.
That's right, man. After that first initial tag, first time ever getting up, getting caught up by school security, was there a moment after that when you realized, this isn't just gonna be something I do, this is graffiti became a part of you?
Yeah, I really didn't think about it. It was just something that, like I said, it was a feeling, watching it, not trying to get caught, whatever, and just keep doing it. Yeah, it was something that just, that little rush that you get. Yeah, that's it. I kept going with it. Yeah, and like I said, I'll go back to the block, and everybody was doing it. They have little books. They'll be sketching it out right there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Little black books.
On the computers too. Before we had internet, you'll be able to get on the computer and write with the mouse.
Oh yeah.
On the computer, that's the homies will do. I'll go to their house. They'll be smoking bud, and they'll be doing that on their computer or on notebooks.
Yeah.
And that's how I get. But like I said, it was always around me as a little kid. Yeah.
That's right, man. From there, like from tags, I'm assuming you started going out bombing.
Well, no. For me, I stuck to tags a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot. That's something I don't see anymore. People go in and they start wanting a piece. They want to bomb. They want to do throw ups. But to me, I lasted. That first time that I caught my tag, that first tag was in 06. And from 06 to like 09, it was just strictly tags.
Yeah.
But whatever you could, shoe polish. Like I said, the mean streak we found. We'll do crayons. We'll tag with crayons. Anything we could get our hands on. We would ever get paint from our dad's garage or whatever. We'll fill them up in little containers and use them to write on the ground.
Yeah.
Anything, but it was strictly tags. Yeah, I stuck to tags for a long time, and after a while, like Mom say 2016, 17 is when I started. Like I first picked up my first can.
Okay.
To do a throwy trash, but yeah, before that it was just strictly just tags, so whatever I could. Yeah.
Man, that's right though.
Yeah.
Man, like how you said, like 2016 was like the first time you picked up a can throwy. But like, I won't give you credit. Like whenever I see your work up, like I would say you got a dope stilo.
Appreciate that.
Like from the throwy, and even like see throwing characters too into your pieces, bro.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Like
yeah, I mean I owe it a lot to the homies because man, I'm fortunate to even have homies that push me because there's sometimes we get to a chill spot or whatever. I just want to get there and do, just my signature bomb or whatever. They always tell me do something different or do a character or do something.
Yeah.
And you get to the wall, you do something a little different, and you get to the wall, you probably do a little character because they pushed you to do one. Yeah, but there's always something, you just gotta evolve. You do a little something different every time you get to the wall. Yeah.
That's right. Like going off of that, like with your style, I want to ask like being someone who's like heavily hand styles and tags, like how did you develop that style, for the bombs pieces?
I mean, fuck, to be honest, I didn't even know what black books were for a while. I used to literally just get notebooks, or even when I was in school, I would just get there and just start practicing, just doing different letters, just trying to change little ways of making the letter, just changing little things to switch it up to make it look a little different. But even if I was talking to somebody and I wouldn't have a paper or pen, I would just be just doodling on the table. It's just something that it just comes naturally. You just want to just get a tag, and even if it's not going to be out in the streets, you just have it on a notebook or whatever. Yeah. And just doing it over and over. Yeah, I used to just doodle on paper a lot. That was one thing that I always had, just doodle on paper. And before even the graph, it was a lot. I used to draw a lot.
Okay.
I used to draw a lot. It was part of the homework that I used to have. Being in elementary school, middle school, that I used to have to draw for homework. Yeah, so it was always just always on books. Just always on notebook, on pieces of paper, whatever. Yes, sir.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Man, I won't go off too, like just being in the notebooks, like constantly practicing, like when it comes to tags, bro, like you said, like you don't really see it a lot now.
No.
Like, do you think like the art of the hand style is not what it used to be?
Nothing. Yeah, people, I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't figure that out, but I guess because of social media or whatever, I don't know. They just want to get something big out there, get a picture of it, and get it shared or whatever. Yeah. So they go strictly as they start. They want to go first to piecing, bombing, doing throw-ups, or just big stuff, and they forget about the tags. It's like the first step. To me, that's the first step, doing tags.
Yeah. And
you don't see that anymore. Yeah, people just want to do some fancy stuff.
Yeah, man. Like going off of that, like I had older homies that like kind of put me on game with graffiti, and then they were also telling me like oh, you gotta look up this documentary, this, like, look
Yeah.
up New York. And
Yeah.
all those, and older homies, they would all say, like, like your tag is like your first impression when you meet someone, you know, like your tag has to be
Your signature.
your signature.
Your signature, yeah.
You know, I want to ask, going off of like hand styles and stuff, like how would you say like LA's hand styles differ from other places, and like how would you describe that LA hand style?
Damn, that's a good question. Yeah, the LA hand style. Let me see. Yeah, I think it's just different. Every city has their own style, but damn, lately I just don't know. It just, if it's lately, LA ain't doing a good job. Like I said, you know, a lot of people, not to talk down on my city or whatever, you know, LA, but like I said, it's just that people are focusing on bigger stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of writers nowadays, they focus on other stuff and not those tags or whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's other stuff, bombs, throwies, or it's just that wow, that crazy messy style, that wow style, whatever.
Yeah.
That's how, yeah.
It's like really go big or go home nowadays,
Get
man.
that crazy spot.
Yeah.
That's everywhere too, but yeah, LA's getting down with that, with those spots too. Yeah.
For sure, man. I want to ask you, like, being an LA, native, do you think LA has the best hand style and styles out there, like as a collective?
Regarding everything in general?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say yeah. With the other than tags, yeah, hands down, yeah. With the bombs, the pieces, and all that, yeah. We have a lot of great bombers out there. They do their thing.
For sure, man. All right, bro. Earlier, you brought up some crews. For those out there listening, you could tell us what those crews are and like what those letters stand for.
Yes, sir. The two crews I rep is HDS, Hate the System, and VMB, Vandals Marking Buildings. Yes, two crews. HDS is actually started. I'm gonna say last year. It was just a bunch of friends that we already had time going out and bombing or whatever, just hanging out. Apart from graffiti or whatever, we would always just hang out. And one of the crewmates, he decided to like actually put a name on the group.
Yeah.
We thought of many names, whatever, but that one stuck to us the best, HDS. And like I said, but it was already something that it was out of graffiti.
Yeah.
We could hit up each other out of graffiti. We could do anything, call each other up for help or whatever. And yeah, that's that. That's HDS. VMB is actually the homie Mayor. Shout out Mayor. Yeah, he already had that crew going, and after a while, like we would just hang out a lot, and I became part of the crew too. Yeah.
That's right, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like being in a crew like pushes you to go harder?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Especially having good crewmates, you want to stick to certain things, but they push you to do like other things or just go out crazier, or just they just push you. Yeah, I think it helps. I don't definitely think that it makes you, to make you push. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it gives you a little push to just go out and go a little harder.
Man, that's right, bro. Because we're in LA, I want to ask, like, has being in LA, has it shaped the way you write or your style at all?
When I started, I would watch a lot of documentaries of different cities, different states doing their thing. And I wouldn't say necessarily LA, but a lot of New York stuff. Yeah, a lot of New York stuff influenced me. Yeah, outside of LA, yeah, it's part of LA, but other little cities too, San Francisco. Yeah, just a little bit of everything.
That's right, man. Yeah. Like how I would want to ask you, like, what makes LA graffiti culture different from other cities?
Yeah. Having a little bit of everything, having trains, having the building spots, just everything in general. It just makes it different.
Yeah. Man, with like all those different spots, when I was like, what's your favorite thing to hit up on?
Man, I have times. There's times where, you know, I like sticking to just catching a lot of tags. Sometimes I like climbing. I mean, I haven't done a lot, but I have done a couple of billboards. That's fun. You get a little rush from that. I'm gonna say like little like canal spots where you could chill. You know, probably, you know, get some brews and just chill and do your thing. Get some characters going in. Yeah, maybe some low-key spots would be my favorite.
For sure. Yeah, why the low-key spots though? Like, is it just because
you could take your time? You didn't have to worry about getting caught up or whatever, and you could just go as big as you want and try something different. Yeah. Those type of spots is where I've gotten the time to actually do characters on my stuff, or try out doing characters. Yeah, just trying something different.
For sure, man. Like like just like LA, like when it comes to graffiti, like there's a big rich history, that goes generations. But I want to ask, like, do you think like the new wave of writers still respect like the old school, or even like the rules of the game, or do you think there's a disconnect?
No, there's a huge disconnect, man. There's no more respect. People don't want to learn their history anymore. They don't care about how it was back then. Just no respect. New writers want to go in and just get fame instantly, and they would go over stuff that's been running maybe, or writers that have been in the game that catch a spot, and because they like it they'll go over them. Just no respect. Everything's changed. I don't think that the whole thing changed. I don't think that it's different.
Yeah, man. Like with that change, man, like I want to ask, like, I don't know, maybe it's because like maybe they don't know the rules, but like what were some rules that like you were put on, to just like you were taught or had to learn, where it's like, you can have that respect,
Yeah, definitely. One of the first ones that I remember the homies telling me was if a person has passed away, they have a spot running, even if it's faded, you gotta respect that and leave it alone. Like they're not gonna be around to be putting in work anymore, so just respect it, leave it, let it be. If it gets maybe buffed by the city, well, let that be. Then you could get the tag, you could get the spot, my bad, But the same thing that all the old heads know, a piece goes over a bomb goes over a throw goes over tags, and so on and so forth. Yeah, the basic ones, but that's something that new writers are not respecting anymore.
Yeah, man, most definitely, bro.
Yes.
Another thing I want to ask you, like, about LA, like I can't speak for other places, but like, here there's like a strike up graffiti, the gang hit ups, and then there's like graffiti, like that hip hop type of graffiti. I want to ask you, like, do you see them as two separate worlds, or do they ever intersect?
Yeah, I think in a way one feeds off the other, because that gang graffiti, those gang tags, a lot of writers, that's what they started seeing in the beginning, and that's kind of what they were like trying to in a way imitate to be able to get their own style. And I think a lot of styles actually thrive from those gang tags, those gang bombs or whatever, that those 3D letters that they'll do.
Yeah,
I think it has to do a lot with that. I think that the gang tag started, and a lot of writers got just a little bit from there to be able to do their own style.
Yeah, man, I agree, bro. I feel like that influence on graffiti here in LA is kind of like what makes it different from a New York, different from the San Franciscos or Detroit.
Yes, sir.
All right, man, we're gonna go to a little music break. After this break, we're back to the interview. We got some underground tracks for you guys. You guys are listening to Lost Element on KQBH LP, Los Angeles, California, 101.5 FM. a community service. Y'all listening to Lost Element on KQBH LP, Los Angeles, California, 101.5 FM. Community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com. You know, we're gonna jump right back into this interview, bro. First one I got, man. Do you got any funny or crazy stories going out painting that you can share with the people?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, some years back, like I said, you know, my type of spots that I like doing is canal spots. You know, just lucky spots. Me and the homie had hit a little canal, and while we were catching, there was a little dead end. There was a bunch of tents, but you couldn't see anybody in there. So we thought they were abandoned, you know. So we're right next to them, hitting the spot. And after we were like halfway done, we started hearing somebody hitting the tents to the inside.
Yeah.
We thought we were tripping, and so we kept on going. And after like, you know, a couple of seconds, there was a homeless lady that came out.
Yeah.
And she started yelling, but she was running towards us with a dog right next to her.
Yeah.
And we were just thinking the words. After a while, after we left, we talked about it. We thought that she was gonna come with us. I mean, let the dog run up on us and, you know, bite us or whatever. But, you know, so yeah, she comes out with a dog and she starts running. And we start telling her, like, you know, we ain't here to cause trouble. We just wanted to paint the spot.
Yeah.
But she was probably drugged up, I don't know, on something.
Yeah.
And she started just yelling at us or whatever. And my first instinct that was to get the spray paint and just spray her. And yeah, sprayed her face or whatever. But she, you know, she calmed down. She went back and she just started, you know, from behind the tent, just talking smack. We didn't know what she was saying. But unfortunately, you know, I had to hit her with the spray can on the face and just to get her back. But yeah, she took her dog back and everything was Gucci after that.
Yeah, good thing that dog was a big dog?
Yeah, it was a pit bull.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. So after a while, after I sprayed her, but the whole time she was grabbing him. So she was running towards us, and she had that, and I was like, "Oh my God, we're fucked." We had to, in order to get out, we had to get up on a ladder, and hop out. So if she would have let the dog on us, it would have been all bad, bro.
Yeah,
it would have been bad. But yeah, just you know, made me funny. Other than that, yeah, just, you know, if I ain't feeling the spot, I'd prefer not doing it.
Yeah,
for
sure, man. You know, this next one I got for you, bro, is, you know, graffiti, bro. Is it art or is it vandalism?
Is it art? I mean, it's art touching a little bit of vandalism, bro. It's just like in between.
Yeah.
You know, if you, I mean, yeah, it's a little bit of both. It's art becoming vandalism, you know. So it's a little bit of both. You see it on, you know, somebody gets paid for it, but still, it's art, bro. You know, it just.
Yeah.
I say it's vandalism either way. Yeah, it's just you're creating something but putting it on a surface that you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's vandalism, bro.
For sure, bro. Yeah, man, it's like it could be one or the other. But
yeah.
It's just like which
it's
one?
a little difficult to really say it, but yeah, it's vandalism, bro. Yeah.
For sure. You know, these next ones, man, like, you know, I want to ask you about graffiti and social media. How big social media is nowadays, man. Like, I want to ask, like, what's your take on social media's impact on graffiti?
It's messed it up. It's ruined it. You know, you could get a spot in, even though you know it's not gonna rock. Take a picture of it, it's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
But also, it does a lot of bad to it, because you know, it helps it, but it fucks it up at the same time. Excuse me. It messes it up. How do I say it? It just messes it up, man. It's just in general, you know. You could get a spot in where somebody's not gonna see it. You take a picture of it, and people across the country can see it. In another state, another city, they can get it. So you don't have to be there in person to be seeing somebody get up anymore.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think it messes it up. You don't have to be out in the streets anymore to be able to see somebody get up. They could be constantly putting their art up, or their bombs up and on their social media.
Yeah.
And you could consider them getting up a lot, even though if it's gonna be a spot that maybe the next day it gets bugged, or a spot that maybe you're never gonna see until like, you know, maybe another decade, you know.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
For sure, bro. I also want to ask you, like, what's your thoughts on the commercialization of graffiti? You know, how a lot of these big brands use graffiti, or even use actual writers' work without paying them. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, they take advantage, bro. They take advantage of little guy. You know, they find a way to see something that grows, and if it benefits a company, they'll get it without trying to, you know, pay the little guy. You know, which is people risking their freedom for it. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just taking advantage. The big no-no. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. You know, something else I want to ask you, man, is would you say graffiti is a lifestyle, an art form, addiction? Like, what is graffiti to you?
I'm gonna say addiction. It's a little addiction, man. You know, you get it, you want to improve on your style, or you want to improve it, you keep doing it. You also get that little itch or whatever, you want to do it. It's just a little addiction.
Yeah.
You want to get that spray going on to get your little bomb up there. I say addiction to me. Not a lifestyle, it's just a little thing that you just want to keep doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Most definitely, bro. I want to ask too, bro, like, what's one of the biggest lessons graffiti has taught you?
To evolve.
Oh.
Don't stay in the same place for a long time. You could just do different types of art. If you want to consider vandalism or just strictly art, just evolve, do different things. Yes, sir.
Most definitely, man. This next one, bro, is has graffiti shaped the way you see yourself outside of the walls or outside of doing graff at all?
Has it, say that again?
Has graffiti shaped how you see yourself outside of, like, painting?
Yeah, definitely, man. Just to grow in general, just to grow. Never stay in the same place, man. You could do so many things different ways, you know. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just to keep growing.
That's right, man. I want to ask you, do you personally, do you see graffiti tied to hip hop?
Yeah, hip hop and art. Yes, I think it is, you know, hand in hand. You know, it's just always together. Yeah, I think there's no art without graffiti, and no graffiti without art. It's just always together. Something that must be together.
That's right. All right, man. You know, I want to ask you, if you had to pick one of these as a writer, you know, would it be the fame, respect, or longevity?
I think the respect, man. Yeah, definitely the respect. Yeah.
For sure, bro. And like, you know, we have listeners, you know, who might not know anything about graffiti, but like, what does respect look like in the graffiti world?
The respect, man, you know, just having your spots out there and having them rock. You know, if you've done your time. I'm not saying I have, but I know there's people out there that's done it for many more years, you know, and they're a lot better. Having your stuff out there and letting it rock, you know, and you know, people giving you respect for that because you've been in the game risking your freedom for so many years. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, bro. This next segment, man, we call it the quick hitters. So it's just like the first thing that comes to mind. Our first one we got for you, bro, is a favorite brand of spray paint.
Acme.
Which one?
Acme.
Acme?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why you choose that paint?
Something that I find, and it just good coverage.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, and I support the homie from Made Fresh.
Okay, for sure.
So and that's the paint that he fucks with the most. So is that, yes, sir.
That's right, bro. All right, man. Next one I got for you, bro, is rollers or cans.
Definitely cans.
Cans?
All day cans, yeah.
Okay, for sure. All right, man. This one ain't for a graffiti, but a favorite local food spot.
Favorite food spot. Damn. I like eating some home food, bro. So,
Okay. Never go wrong with that.
Yeah, it's home food.
That's right. All right, man. This one too, not too much on graffiti, but top 5 favorite musicians.
5 top musicians. Any genre?
Any genre, bro.
Damn. Jose, some Spanish stuff.
Okay.
Quinto Sol, a little bit of the Mexican rap. Let me see. Even Juan Gabriel.
Okay.
Ricardo Arjona, that's like a good. He's very poetic. Who else? Wu-Tang Clan, of course.
Okay.
And let me see. A Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, a little bit of hip hop and just Spanish together. Yeah.
That's right, man. Okay, that's a good list. All right, bro. The last one for the quick hitters I got for you, man. What's a piece of advice for a youngster out there who's thinking about jumping into the graff game?
No quick advice, man. Just learn your history. Just know the little things to do and not to do. The rules. And start off by doing some tags, man. Get a notebook, get pieces of paper, and just start doodling on the paper.
Yeah.
Get the tags down before even learning to even do a throw or whatever. Just stick to tags first. Yes, sir.
Most definitely, bro. All right, man. Before we sign off, man, you got any shout outs or any last remarks you want to make?
Yeah, shout out to Cruz HDS VMB. Shout out Child. Shout out Boobs. Shout out the homie Otis. Yeah, shout out everybody, man. The whole cruise, man. Yes, sir.
That's right, man. Hey, man, I want to thank you again for this interview, bro. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me, man.
Yep, always, bro. Everyone who's tuned in, man, thank you guys for listening. You guys are listening to The Lost Element on KQBH LP, Los Angeles, California, 101.5 FM, a community service of the Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on KQBHLA.com. We'll catch y'all next week. As we sign off, we got some music from K3, The Issue.